Hi, Palak. Welcome to my conversations. And today we're going to be talking about something so important um, and so relevant because each year we just see this topic getting more and more attention. We see this topic becoming more and more crucial to understand. And today we talk about exam anxiety, stress, management,
Hmm.
all of these things, right? So we're so glad to manage how we see the process, how we see the end of the process, uh,
Yeah.
how we see ourselves throughout it as well, right? So I see a lot of students asking that
Hmm.
they often perform better during their practice tests, mock tests, rather than their final exams. So just want to help understand that why so? What is this pattern?
I think, see, first of all, when we are practicing our papers and everything, we do not have the fear of judgment or what sort of marks we are getting. But the environment we are placed in, usually the practice tests we are doing, the MCQs, the PYQs we are doing, are usually at our house. Okay. So we are in that environment in which we are comfortable at.
Yeah,
And the pressure is not there that we are being going to marked because of this. And when we are sitting in an examination hall, it sort of creates a pressure that you have to score well. And
absolutely.
most of my students have experienced this, that during the state of writing, whenever they read the question paper, they go blank. They've
Yeah,
complained about it a lot. They've reported this, that it has been happening a lot of times. So
absolutely.
I would just say it's the environment. Do not think of examination hall as a burden to you, but just imagine that it's a place of comfort, and exams are just for your betterment,
Hmm.
not to judge you.
Absolutely. So you said that the environment in itself plays a very big role in, what's
Yes.
going through our mind when we're actually writing the paper or attempting for an exam. How do we master this environment? Because I feel at some point a lot of students do feel that they're not giving the papers up to their potential.
Hmm.
And if it's not exactly managed well, that is what trails them into stress, even more anxiety, judging themselves. So, how do we master this environment of exams?
So when I was in school, I also had the same sort of fear with examination hall and everything. I still do have that. But whenever I enter the examination hall, I just sit down at my place and just take in three deep breaths to feel that I am, in a comfort space, and I find my headspace and just, continue writing everything
Yeah,
and recalling everything, that whatever comes in my mind, I have to just, put it on the paper.
yeah,
Whatever I have learned, even if I have not completed the whole syllabus. And okay,
absolutely.
because we are here to, it's always about quality over quantity, I believe.
Mm.
So when we are in the examination hall, that thought helps a lot. So for example, if you had 10 chapters, even if you have completed 8, think that the material that you're going to deliver out of those 8 chapters is going to be the best.
Mm. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you are going to adjust your thinking pattern accordingly.
Mm.
Instead of thinking negative about yourself, you think the positives that you have done. So
Correct.
instead of saying that I've not completed 10 chapters, try make yourself understand that yes, I've completed those 8 chapters very nicely. So
Mm.
I'll just perform that very nicely.
Makes sense. That makes me wonder that what are some thinking patterns that can worsen exam anxiety? Like I see a lot of perfectionism,
Hmm.
catastrophizing. So, what do you feel are some thinking patterns that may worsen the exam anxiety that most of the students face?
See, the first one is you need to change your thinking pattern to from something negative to something positive. Because eventually, if you're not able to complete, say, let's say 40% of the syllabus, but
Mm.
then you were able to complete the 60% of the syllabus.
Yeah.
So the first thing is that, and then do not undermine yourself in any way कि अगर मेरे marks खराब आ रहे हैं, what will I do? I
Mm.
am not worth anything. Your marks do not define your worth.
Mm.
That is one thing that will every time hamper your, anxiety, will give you stress
Mm.
that if I do not perform well, I am not going anywhere.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. You give one exam, you have another chance. So that is why we have multiple, attempts for any exams.
Correct.
That is how it is going to work.
Correct. Um, some food for thought. What do you feel exam anxiety is linked to? And in your experience, what is something that you've noticed as a pattern? Is it more linked to fear of failure or fear of disappointing others?
I feel like for when we are in Indian society, our exam stress or exam anxiety comes from the thought of disappointing our parents.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So, what will they think? They are investing money in me. They are giving me so much, they're putting in so much effort. They are putting in so much money. What will I do if I do not excel to their level or their expectations?
Yeah.
I think that comes from there only because in Indian society we have always been living like that कि मेरे पेरेंट्स क्या सोचेंगे
Yeah.
और चार लोग क्या सोचेंगे.
Absolutely. What do you feel and what do you usually suggest? Maybe some quick grounding techniques or something that we can use during the exam. And, train our brain sort of for a longer term to stay a little bit calm under timed conditions or under time pressure.
Okay. So the best is always the breathing technique. Breathing helps you to be more mindful, and the best technique that you can follow is the breathing box,
Hmm.
in which you move your hand up like this. Just imagine it, or you can draw it on a paper as well.
Yeah,
That breathe, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, then exhale, and then continue. So you can do this thrice. It will help you calm down. And if that doesn't feel good for you, just try to stretch out your fingers, your neck. So you are a little in the place.
absolutely. Absolutely. I do see this range of people, um, that how are they before an exam. And there are some who, even though they've prepared a lot, they've studied a lot,
Hmm.
they always have that end moment fear. What if I fail? What if I don't do well? What if I forget things? And there's a range of
Hmm.
people who are absolutely laid back and calm and chill, and they're just like, hey, I'll do whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and in that, like, it doesn't matter if they've studied, if they've not studied, they're just chilling. At least
Just okay. Yeah.
that, yeah, they're there. What do you feel about both and how differently do they manage this?
I think, see, I can see both the examples at my house. So I am the one at the extreme end of thinking, what will I do if I fail? Am I worth it? And my brother is the other end. He's super chill, doesn't care if he
Yeah,
has studied or not studied. So I think that is always because how the construct has been for us.
absolutely.
Okay, so it comes a lot from the past experiences, what you have been told and what you have been taught, or what you've always wanted to achieve.
Hmm.
So for me, getting good marks, getting good grades was always my top priority. But
Absolutely.
for him, understanding probably was a better part, or held more, purpose for him.
Hmm.
ऐसा नहीं है कि it did not hold any purpose for me, but
Yeah,
also the marks part was a greater, had greater power to it.
absolutely. Makes sense. I hear you. What a range. And I just feel like, when there's time pressure, we really start seeing a different side of people a lot of times. Like,
Yes.
how are they responding, how are they reacting, how are they managing, especially, but this innate fear, and this is something I feel almost all of us are, be it wherever you are on,
Hmm.
whichever side you're on, the fear of not making it or sort of, getting rejected. So,
Yes.
and that could mean that's very subjective, could mean anything for anybody. But this fear of, being rejected, being neglected, um,
Hmm.
is there. How do we deal with rejection and still learn to move forward?
See, we can say that, it is easy to move out or move forward, but for some of
Absolutely.
us, it might not be,
Yeah,
right? So the emotion is on a scale and it can have both things, a very extremely positive or negative. So it can, hamper the mind and the feeling of the person in that way.
absolutely.
So there are different ways in which we can handle that rejection.
Mm,
And sometimes it will motivate you to perform better, but sometimes it will lead to, deteriorating your performance even more. So
absolutely.
it's how you are going to think where your worth lies.
Mm,
Do not need to, internalize everything or every failure, but rather than look it as a lesson for yourself.
absolutely. Absolutely. I understand, what you mean. Hmm. That also makes me wonder that because this fear is there, a lot of people end up studying way too much, like overstudying,
Yeah.
not doing anything but studying during exams, during boards,
Hmm.
not sleeping well, not eating well, a lot of things, right? Everything else on life is put on hold.
Yeah.
Just the focus is there, which I appreciate to some extent. But I believe there has to be a little bit of balance of your
Exactly.
needs in the lifestyle, such as
Hmm.
sleeping, eating. How do we find that balance? How do especially students giving their 10th boards, 12th boards, any kind of entrance exams find that balance?
See, I've always told my students that our attention span is not more than 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Yeah,
So even if you are trying to stretch your study hours to 2 hours, 3 hours in one go, it will not make sense after a point of time.
absolutely.
So if you are comfortable, study for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, take 10 minutes break.
Yeah,
That in that break, just relax your mind. If possible, do an stroll outside, move out, move your body, stretch yourself, talk to your mother, talk to your parents, your siblings, anybody around.
absolutely.
Just distract your mind a little bit so that when you're coming back to studying, it comes directly back
Yeah,
and not feel the pressure again and again.
absolutely.
And for you, the clock is not ticking every time that I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. उसके बाद when you are giving yourself little breaks na, your brain also understands that okay, I have worked for this much time, now this is my time to rest, so I can work again. So
Absolutely.
if you are overburdening yourself, that will not help in any way.
Makes sense.
Take breaks, have food near you if you feel like. So when I was in class 12th, I remember I used to keep a packet of makhanas with me.
Yeah,
So I think when you are chewing anything or something is around you, munching anything, you do not feel sleepy while you're studying, because most of this with many students it happens,
ab-
because then they're continuously studying and studying and studying. So that can also help. Then having a proper diet, sleep, that's really important, and every child needs to understand. And even every individual giving any competitive exams, they
absolutely.
need to understand that if their physical health is not good, it is going to impact what they are studying right now.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
our brain reacts in that way. If it doesn't have proper rest, the power of retention decreases.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, to take this on a further point, At what point should exam anxiety become so serious or needs to be addressed with professional therapy or a psychologist outside school?
See, I believe that when somebody is scared of going to the examination hall or even the school, when we are inside the school and just they go blank, they have sort of panic, they feel panicky when they are writing the exams,
Absolutely.
extreme sweating, palpitations, heartbeat, the heartbeat raises. That time, I think when they feel that, when that is triggered in the initial stages, we should contact somebody outside the school or any specialist.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Palak. And that's we've spoken about a lot of things. How do you manage anxiety during an exam? Uh, How do different people manage, just their studies and their perspectives on exam? To wrap this conversation up, I'd like to understand that where do you feel this starts? Because yes, certainly boards happen once, twice,
Hmm.
thrice. You're giving certain important exams throughout your life. But where does this exam anxiety start? What is the root cause of it?
I think it's basically because हम Indian construct में it is a lot about exams and marks.
Hmm.
So our parents, our family mirrors, expresses that, and the child mirrors that expression.
Yeah.
So if your parents feel very anxious when you are having your exams, a child might mirror that same anxiety.
Hmm.
So it starts from that. From that is the root cause when the parents are always anxious and they focus more on the, only the subject construct of it.
Absolutely.
And instead of asking how much have you done or what part is remaining, instead of asking that, if the parents ask how you're feeling and how was your study today, instead of just asking कि आपने कितना सारा कर लिया है, just asking how you're feeling emotionally, how are you doing mentally, that will help to decrease that level of anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like, what is one tip you have for everybody who is preparing for an important exam or is currently in the middle of one?
See, I'm also preparing for an exam. I am preparing to give my UGC net. I did not clear it at once. I am trying again. And I think life is full of exams. Okay. Do not fear from it. You do not know what is going to come the next day.
Yeah.
It's just like an exam paper in front of you. You do not know what is going to come there. So try your best. And even if you're not able to clear it at once, you're just humans. We are going to make mistakes and we're going to learn from them.
Wow. Thank you so much. I think that is very powerful. That it's okay because mistakes will happen inevitably.
Yes.
No way that you can live a life with zero mistakes or without.
Yes. And I think if there is a life with zero mistakes, there would be no thrill to it.
Hmm. Absolutely. I feel like
You will not know
that.
where are the negatives of your personality and where are the positive of your personalities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Palak, for that conversation. I'll wrap up my questions here. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I would like to add something for the parents.
Please do.
Okay. So your child learn from you. Whatever you do in your daily life impacts the mental health of the child as well. So as we saw in Three Idiots, that stop comparing. It's your child, it's not Sharma ji ka beta or Gupta ji ka beta.
Yeah.
Just accept them for who they are and who they want to become.
Thank you so much for saying that, Palak. And
Thank you.
once again, it was lovely to have you on my conversations. We've
Same
just
here.
restarted the segment again, and it's just been wonderful. So thank you so much, and I think this important
Thank
conversation
you.
should certainly reach the people who could use something from it. Thank you so much, Palak, and thank you for
Thank you.
watching.